Hello, friends! Friends! Stephen Talbot here, of course. And today is Thursday, January 4th, 2018. And I'm so delighted to be recording this video for you guys and for me. I hope you have had an awesome week. I certainly have. I'm actually about to head out. Oh, I didn't make my bed, but that's okay. I am. Look, are you guys the same way as me? Like, check this out. I mean, I actually sleep pretty. What's the word? I don't like kick around a lot. But look, check this out. Like, before I get into bed, I always make it up. Isn't that weird? Is that weird? I always make my bed up. And I like pull the covers and the sheets all the way to the top, and then I fold them down like it was a turn down service at a hotel. Anyway, so I just dropped my friend off at a doctor's appointment, and I actually went and cleaned an Airbnb unit with him, and he's going to split the money with me, which is great, honey, because bitch is broke. I'm about to deliver for Postmates, and I know I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I've talked to you guys about this before. A bitch has got to get a job. Or, like, not a job, like a real. I need to do something real. And not just, like, Postmates. Because, don't get me wrong, I think Postmates and Uber and Amazon Flex and all of those platforms are great for people. I think, in my opinion, they're better suited for people who are looking for something to do, like as a part-time job in addition to like a regular job or in addition to running a business or whatever. I don't see how people are making a full-time income doing it. I think maybe that was the case at first. I think that maybe at first, before, Uber and all these places kept lowering the fees and stuff, I think that maybe, just maybe, you could make a living doing it. But I'm doubtful. Sorry, let me fix my... Sorry about that. What's up with my sweater? It looks messed up. Oh, please, for one moment in time. Okay. Anyway, I don't know how these people are. I guess I should go ahead and hit the road. I don't know how these people are making a full-time living doing this, because I mean, I guess if you do it consistently, like over like a month or something, then maybe it all evens out to you making like $20-25 an hour. Because I've heard some people say that they actually make that much doing it. Well, I'd be all right with $25 an hour, but right now, adding everything up so far, first of all, I found my personal or my experience is that people don't fucking tip. They do not tip. What in the hell is that? Looks like there's pink spray paint on the pavement. Anyways, I don't think people don't tip, and that's rude. Rude. The other thing I thought about is, okay, I need to do something that separates me and that is like a value add, so that people will feel compelled to tip. So, for example, delivering for Postmates, what could that be? I thought, well, I could bring people Andy's, the little chocolate mints like they give you at Olive Garden, Andy's mints. I could bring people's Andy's mints, honey. But how do I say to the person I'm delivering to, how do I make them aware that these... What is wrong with this damn thing? It's like popping up. How do I make them aware that these mints came from me and not the restaurant? And how do I ask them in a polite way to consider that and to be sure to tip, because drivers don't make, literally, you may spend 30 minutes. And you know what? I did not even plan to make this video about Postmates, but here we are. For 30 minutes, it takes me about 30 minutes for one delivery. By the time you get the order, you go to the restaurant, you usually don't have to wait too long. Sometimes you have to wait a few minutes. You deliver it. It's about half an hour. And in general, the fee, the flat fee, is, I think it's like some, secret calculation or whatever. But in the downtown area, the downtown West End area of Nashville, typically the fee that you get for making the delivery is $5, $4.80. So if somebody doesn't tip you, that means that you're making about, and then hold up, you got to take mileage out of that, okay? So let's say 50 cents a mile, you might go several miles and you might get $5, $4.30. By the time you take mileage out, you're making about $8 an hour is the way I see it, which is barely, hell, I don't even know what minimum wage is, but I mean, I think things could definitely change if people tip. But my fucking experience is people don't tip because they are rude. Anyways, I was not going to make this video all about that. What I was going to talk about is the fact that a bitch has got to get a job or something. Because... shit. Actually, it don't matter that much because I'm blind in this eye. She blind. God, you know what? I'm not lazy, but I don't feel like starting a business again. I really don't. I think that I updated my resume. My resume is up to date. I have not added it to one of those I have not added my resume to like one of those job finding sites yet, because when I put one on there last time, my phone was blowing the fuck up, because I actually have a pretty, not rare skill, but I have a pretty specific skill that's really highly sought after in Nashville, which is, I used to be a Salesforce.com administrator when I worked for Dell. And yeah, so lots of different businesses and different industries use Salesforce as like their CRM, as their marketing, their like whole EPS type system that manages their business, like from small businesses all the way up to like multinational corporations. Oh God, I really don't want to do that. And if I do work for another company, I think I'm going to try to be an independent contractor and actually do a contract with a company so that they're not responsible for my bit. The reason why I want to do that is because that way where the hell am I going? Oh yeah, that's right. I am going to, yes, this is right. So you guys know, like if you work full-time for a corporation or whatever, you know, you get benefits. You get health insurance and you get 401k and you get sick leave and sick time and short-term disability time and all that bullshit. Well, that's great, right? But I personally would prefer, can I turn left here? My preference would be to receive the value of all of those benefits in cash, and then I can do what I want to do with all that stuff. I don't like to be forced to have insurance, or forced to go have a 401k, or forced this, or forced that, or forced to have vacation time and all that. I would prefer for the companies to take the value of that and give me the cash, honey, and I'll decide what I want to do with it. So the way you can really do that is to, you don't have to be W-2'd with a company. Lots of companies 1099 people, which means you're an independent contractor, and doing so allows you to be in full control of your benefits and of your wages, because a lot of times if you make 30, like I used to make like $30 an hour, or I was on salary, but it averaged it out to like, I think it was like 30, I can't remember. I used to make six figures, and the thing is, like my company called it TTC, total target compensation. So the thing is by the time my salary wasn't $100,000 in cash, of course taxes came out of that, my insurance came out of that, Social Security and all that bullshit came out of that. But what my company called it was total target compensation. So once you add in all the value adds or your benefits for working there, that was $100,000. Okay, well, I would prefer to have $100,000 in cash. I mean, obviously I have to pay my federal taxes out of that and all that. Plus, the other downside to doing it that way, I believe, I'm not an accountant, so don't quote me on this. I'm pretty sure if you are an independent contractor, you're not having FICA stuff taken out, so you are responsible for not only that, but I think you're responsible for self-employment taxes. And if that's the case, that's definitely another consideration. But even with those things taken into account, I would prefer to be the designer of my own destiny. You know what I'm saying? So, that is something that that's sort of a hybrid between working for yourself and working for a company. Well, I mean, 1099, you're definitely working for yourself, but does that make sense what I'm talking about? I think it makes sense for me to be contracted. So I'm actually going to when I post my resume, I'm actually going to update my LinkedIn profile and just put it out there into the universe that I am looking for a contracted position, non-salaried, non-W-2'd, which I think might be a good solution for me right now. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. So I'm actually going to do that this evening. And Nashville has a hot job market, especially in the tech field, or the tech industry, like the skilled, highly skilled jobs or whatever they call them. So I don't think I'll have a problem getting a job. I may have oh my god. Fuck. You know what? I totally got on the interstate. Going the wrong... Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, look at this traffic. Look, guys. Look at this fucking traffic. Do you see this? In the middle of the day. It is not fucking rush hour. It is not lunch rush. Nothing. It's just traffic. Just traffic. Something interesting about traffic that I learned is, you guys have heard the phrase, like, if you build it, they will come. If you build it, they will come. I think a lot of cities have like Nashville, for example, is undergoing like a huge, growth, huge explosion, actually, of growth. We got buildings popping up everywhere. It's insane. But, we have a lot of traffic projects going on as well. Not so much on our interstate system, more so on like secondary roads, like a lot of like, what do you call them? Like 2 lanes, turning lane, and 2 more lanes. Or some of our older roads, the feeder roads that feed traffic into Nashville, they're actually 2 lanes, and 2 lanes there's no turning lane. A lot of those are being redone so that there are a turning lane. But I was reading all these traffic studies, and I wasn't reading like the actual in-depth traffic study, but I was reading summaries of them basically. And there's this thing called oh god, I can't think of the term now. Something traffic, not inferred. Induced. It's called induced traffic, and the way I thought of that is like induced labor. I knew it had. That's how I like remember the word. Anyways, induced traffic. It's like traffic delay. So basically, what happens? God, I'm going 13 minutes, and I don't even know what I'm talking about. All kinds of stuff. So what happens with traffic situation in most cities is this: traffic gets so bad that there are a school of people, could be thousands and tens of thousands of people, or a million people, or whatever, that don't have a car and that do not drive specifically because of the traffic, okay? So then what happens when they build more lanes is it's like deferred traffic. So basically, if you build it, they will come. So the bigger the interstate system becomes, or the more roads that a city builds, the more traffic feeds into that. And so a lot of times with these big expensive construction or traffic, these projects, a lot of times with these projects, traffic will be good for like 6 months after it's done, but then it immediately becomes a nightmare again. And this is the reason why, because a lot of people who weren't driving then experience in that 6-month period, they see that there's no traffic anymore, and they think, oh God, the traffic problem's been solved, and then they actually get a car, stop taking mass transit, and then they get on the roads, and then you're right back where you started. Does that make sense? So, that seems to be what's happening here. Like, I used to live in Hendersonville, which is about 20 miles north of downtown Nashville, and they widened 65. Oh, actually, you know what? Yes! They widened 65. In some spots, it's like 8 lanes across now. And for a while, it was great. I mean, great. Like, you just zoom home every day. What is that? That's like the little catchy tune for Mazda, is it? Zoom. It was great. Anyway, right when they first got finished with the traffic. But then, guess what happened? Just like what I was just talking about, it's a nightmare. Now, there's crazy traffic every single day, and 8 lanes across. It's crazy. Anyways, I didn't mean to cover such a wide variety of subjects. And I drank 2 5-hour energies today, which I swear I'm wired, honey. I'm wired! I drank 1 this morning, and then I drank 1 at lunch, and I should not have done that. Because I think I feel a little bit jittery, a little bit. Anyway, I guess I'm going to wrap it up. Love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please take a moment to click that big red subscribe button. If you don't want to click the red subscribe button because you feel like you should get something in return aside from the value of my content, send me a message with your address and I'll send you $1. Okay. If you like this video, actually I think it's illegal to send cash in the mail. Oh, it scares you. If you like this video in particular, please give me a thumbs up. And of course, if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, or concerns, or if you think I'm cute, please let me know in the comments below. And as always, enjoy yourself.